Good evening. Good evening, friends. Here I am, your host, Suveera for Legal Talks, hosted by Pen Wonders International. And you can catch up our show on our new YouTube channel, Pen Wonders International Global Vision. And today I have with me an esteemed guest, of dear friend of mine, Shakuntala Kanakagiri ma'am. And I must say, I have been reading her work, and she writes so beautifully, and her words just are soft flow, like a soft butter, I must say. She has published in various anthology, and you can see her poems on Pen Wonders International. There's a regular feature. She's a winner in many of our contests. She also writes on other platforms and has received accolades. She has been writing in various anthology. I welcome you, ma'am, and thank you for accepting my invitation. Good evening.
A very good evening to you, Suveera, for hosting this and for inviting me.
Thank
I
you so
feel
much, ma'am.
duly humbled and also privileged, I would say. It's an honor for me to be here. My gratitude to Pen Wonders International Limited, to all the admin members and all. Best wishes to all, and thank you for having me here.
It's an honor to have you, ma'am. So, I always ask this question to all my writers. What is that thing that inspired them, whether to write a prose or a poetry or just even a quote for that matter? We all have something that inspires us, that pushes us to pen our thoughts. What is that thing? What was it that prompted you to make an entry into the world of poetry? What is it?
If you want an honest answer, it was never a planned one.
Okay.
Nor did I ever think that I would be entering this world of poetry. Yeah, I was dabbling with a bit of writing now and then. But, it so happened that there was some time hanging heavy on my hands at some part of time, about 3-4 years back, I think. That's when, I just happened to see some kind of a competition being put up, in one of the, I don't remember which group it was, very early, 3-4 years back. So I thought, I just even didn't think from a contest point of view. I just liked the questions over there that were put up, and I just answered them. And after some time, it was a series of questions, and I was just selected as the standing first for that, in a series of questions. Each one got for individual questions and all, but mine was in totality. I got as a outstanding, position there. So that's, even then, I didn't think that never knew about this, so many portals over here, nor was I aware that people are into, this kind of interaction on the net and all, online or otherwise. Then gradually, one after the other, it's so happened. It's just incidental, I feel. That's all. It's not a very, I won't say a conscious attempt, or, like I must become a poet, I have to write, and nothing of that sort.
So it just came. I mean, it's just
Serendipitous, yeah.
naturally, as we call it.
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
how has your journey been? I mean, you have been dabbling for quite a while. So
Yeah.
how has your journey been?
Journey has been pleasant so far. Yes, because whatever I can write, whatever I can understand, I attempt those. Yes, there are some genres which I cannot. I'm very clear about it. Prose and all, I don't even indulge in writing because it requires a lot of time, lot of reading. You've got to sort of have a structure, construct it, and sit and think out, think aloud, think silently, and then put on your thoughts and all on paper. So a prose I never attempted also much. I did a little bit, but somehow I was more comfortable with poetry. And even
That's
that
been your inclination, I think I mean.
inclination was, yes, towards, it was drawn. I won't say again it was a conscious attempt. It just was drawn towards it. And each time I saw something new and some prompts come up, and then I said, okay, let me give it a try, and I would write on it. So
It's
that's
like
how it happened.
moth being drawn to the fire kind, I must say.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you are a teacher. You are a teacher. So tell me, how has writing poems and everything helped you, or vice versa?
It's not because I was a teacher, I would say. More probably because of, reading some material, whether it was poems or whether they were anecdotes or whether they were from magazines or whether they were, I loved, reading quotes and sayings, proverbs and small stories. And, our days magazines and all, if you remember, Chandamama and many ones, like there were very many magazines around that time for the children, for grown-ups, and funny magazines, comic magazines, all. So I would read a lot of them from that. So I won't say that I've not read at all. I did read Ayn Rand, a couple of books of hers. Then I read Fountainhead, Gone with the Wind, and those classic novels. Yes, but I won't say that I'm not basically from a literature background, so I wouldn't say that. I mean, I've deeply gone into researching, or I'm a scholar or anything. Nothing of that sort. Just whatever you hear so many things. You can hear discourses. You can hear people talking. You can see famous personalities and their the way they have come up and the way they have put up their works, and also somewhere bits and bits and bits of it, probably I would say maybe about 5% or 10% it would have, I would have imbibed, could have imbibed.
No, I love your vocabulary. It's simple, yet
Yeah.
it's profound, I must say. Recently,
Thank,
the last three that I read, that I happened
thank
to
you.
read, I've seen you've written beautifully. So,
Thank you.
what's your favorite genre where when you like to attempt, say, romance, dark, or inspirational? What do you like?
Partly, I think partly all of them, partly all of them. And like I told you, it depends on the prompt that is given. Because
Okay.
I've never sat and written, just for the sake of writing something out of whatever comes out of my mind. Mostly I would look up with whatever the topics or the themes were given. And there were quite some varied themes also, like ecstatic poetry. And then
Yeah.
you had, of course, restricted lines and limerick and sonnets and all. So I've not done much of them, but then I did write even in those genres. But I would prefer, freestyle, like no
Yeah.
restrictions. And
Not many people like limerick or haiku or those. Even ekphrastic becomes, after a point of time, you really, it's excellent, but you don't know where to, how much to go, how to
yeah,
navigate your
yeah,
thoughts to the poem.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah, true.
how about humor? Are you comfortable in the genre of humor attempting? Not many like writing poems on humor or comedy or dark comedy, any of that. Are you
Mm.
comfortable as a poet?
No, a big no for a dark comedy. I don't think I even tried that genre. Humor, yes, very light humor. It's not humor per se, but yes, there will be some light moments in some of the lines and all, very sort of touching and going. That's all,
Subtle.
So I don't think, like I said, no, it just flows. Whatever comes to my mind at that point of time, I just jot it down. And then I try to sort of rephrase them, or the lines, you keep on interchanging them, the verse, the stanzas, you interchange or change or whatever, suiting to the themes rules given.
So, whose inspiration in the family? I mean, we often derive inspiration from family members also, or from someone outside. Anyone special amuse, and it's someone who inspires you?
My father inspired me, but not from the poems point of view, the poetic essence, not from that angle. But yes, he was a big source of inspiration for me all through.
And what is the tip that you would give to many budding writers? Today we see many, many coming up. I mean, what is that one tip that you would want them to imbibe in their writing journey?
Suveera, I'm the last example for giving any
No,
tips
nothing
for
like
all
that.
the budding writers. they're already masters in their own styles now, the way they write there. So I have learned from them. I don't think I have any
We are all
advantage.
learning from each other, no doubt about that. But still, you've been there for a long time. You have tried certain styles, and what you have gained some experience. From your experience, what is the one thing that you would want many writers to uh, put it in their writing or follow or something?
I don't think we can dictate their thoughts or their
No,
ideas or their
absolutely not.
styles.
No, no,
Like,
no, I wouldn't. But like a tip, I mean, something.
tip in the sense, yes, they're all very good. Actually, they don't require any tip because whatever I have seen, beautiful presentations, whether
Yeah.
they are short poems or outstanding poems and all, they have really come out very well. That's what I have noticed. Though I don't get time, as much as I would like to read everything, I don't get that kind of a time to read whatever is being presented over there. I try to finish mine, and then there are so many other things, self-imposed interests and all. So there are, it's a little difficult to go through
It's
each
a
and
huge
every.
list actually when you have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
read.
It's a
The,
huge ocean of birds, and I don't know where I'm going to get lost in that. But yes, there are times when you really love it. You like it.
yeah.
You want the peace of mind. You you segregate yourself whenever we get that kind of a time, and then
Some really strike that emotional chord or really touch your heart actually.
yeah.
And what is your one favorite poem that's very, very close to your heart?
You mean my own or somebody else's?
Your own poem which you love it and
My own. I can't say I love them or hate them. They're all my babies.
yeah, absolutely. I call my works my babies.
Yeah. So I had written, the one, there was one anthology, the Writer's Haven. I think that was by Poetry Planet. And in that, I think a couple of my poems, I think I think 4 to 7, I don't remember the exact number. So they have featured in that anthology. And I would pick one it's close to my heart. I won't say it's the most favorite, but it's quite light, and I enjoyed that writing for that. And because I won that, that was also published in an anthology. So
Every winning entry gives us a feeling of
yes,
feel good factor it is.
yes, very much, very uplifting, very heartening, and you really
Absolutely.
like it. Not that it makes you go off board or anything. Not in that sense, but yes, it gives okay. Then moment you see it, okay, not bad. At least
No,
this.
it propels you to even do more.
Yes, yes, very true, very true.
So could you
Probably that's why I'm
please
still
recite it?
hanging around.
Everybody loves
Yeah.
accomplishments. Who doesn't? No, ma'am.
True. Very true. Very true. It boosts your ego. It boosts your
It boosts your
image,
confidence.
your confidence, basically. Ego, not, I mean, shouldn't put it as ego, but yes, your confidence, your spirits are uplifted. And like you said, there's a feel good factor.
And when you're somber, looking at those achievements basically make you feel
Mm.
good about yourself, is what I personally believe.
Yes, very true. Very true. Not that, like we are much above the others, or oh, we did a fantastic job. Not in that sense. Personally, like you rate yourself, okay,
Yeah.
you feel, okay, I'm not that bad. So at least I'm getting some recognition, some
Correct.
appreciation. That is what keeps us grounded, like, because we can't think that, oh, I got so many wins and now on the top, I'm in top of the world. And we can't even think from that angle also. Like,
All of us deserve a pat on our back once in a while, definitely.
yes.
Ma'am, could you please narrate your poem? I am
Sure.
waiting to hear.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. Yeah, this is poem, on sparrows, which have almost become extinct. They are just being revived, here and there these days. You do see them in airports and all. Particularly, I've seen some sparrows, and I was really thrilled to see them after many, many, many years. So this is about the sparrows world, and I call this my world. The
Okay.
the title topic of the theme of the poem is my world, and this world is my morning alarm, my window's charm. tweeting and twittering a beautiful good morn. My morning mate telling me it's getting late. Hurry up, the daybreak is over. Time and tide will not wait. I jumpstart my day, throwing some grains on my window bay. Hello, my little brown sparrows. It's such a beautiful day. Life was on a roll with these creatures with a soul, beautiful soul. Soon realized years rolled by with my childhood mutes of joy. Back home, after several years, looked out for tweets familiar. Sad to see a lonely sparrow, lost and forlorn in the shadow. Where is the chirp? Where is the mirth? Where is the joy of sparrow in the skies? My world of flora and fauna reduced to a place like a sauna. The dawn's glory and dusk's delight, forever lost in a world so upright. That's my sparrow friends too left one by one for lack of habitat that they once lived in. Their very existence in danger today, a species that was a welcome any day. With a heavy heart, I leave my home, knowing well that the last of the sparrows roam. Very soon we'll forget these friendly creatures who were a part of our everyday features. This was on
Oh,
the sparrows.
that's really sweet. And I can imagine slowly the sparrows becoming extinct. You cannot hear them
Mm.
chirp, the cute
Yeah,
little creatures. Today,
yeah,
I think we can count on our fingers if we see in our vicinity them. And
correct.
we really don't know what's made them extinct, by the way. I really, really,
Concretization, it's all concrete jungle.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
It was a delight talking to you, ma'am. Thank you so much for coming. And I think I'm looking forward to many more sessions later on someday. We should really have a chat. I think we all members on this community should meet once and really have a chat. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation. Dear viewers, please
Mm.
see Shakuntala ma'am, and we will catch up with you next week with another esteemed luminary from the world of poetry. Till then, goodbye, take care, keep smiling. Thank you so much.
Tha- Thank you, Pen Wonders International, and thank you, Suveera, for this lovely session. However short, it was very sweet, and I would cherish it and relish it forever. Thank you so much. Thank
Absolutely,
you,
we will all relish it. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
everyone.